Hey, I want to show you this guhong right here, this pink one. Now, I did something to it recently, the other day, and as you can tell, this is a magnetic toy, one of those magnetics, and here's a better analogy of what I did to this puzzle, if I can get it to work. Yep, I put magnets in it. Now, the magnets that I used are these magnets. Which are very tiny. Like, I mean tiny. The magnets that I used are like super tiny. If I can get this focused. Yeah, it's that size of it. It's that small. Yeah, and I've had these magnets, which now you can see it better a bit, which I've had those magnets on my fridge for like for 4 or 5 years now, or something like that. And it was like, huh, my mom originally was gonna use them for something, but, well, look at it. It's been on the fridge for years and never been used. And so I decided, you know, why not use them in this? Overall, what improvement the magnets did to this guhong? Not much. Overall, it made it a tiny bit heavier, but not by much. And I think the magnets that I use are too small and too weak to actually make a big effect. Because I'm not feeling any effect. Because when I did some solves of it the other day, I didn't really notice any real difference. And now, here's the thing. I might. There's a slight chance that I might, make more magnetic cubes. Like, especially magnetic budget cube, like from the Secret Guanlong, the MF3R, well, not the MF3R, but the MF3S, the Kai Warrior W, and some of those other cheaper budget cube, that has a similar split mechanism design as that, guhong, and that it's not like the MF3, where it only has, like, the corners split like this, and also similar to the edges as well. But I might end up trying this on one of these MF3s, regular MF3s, but that may be a little bit trickier, but I have an idea of how to do it, and I might able to actually do that and put them on my mod shop, but that's a long ways down the road. And also, at the same time, if you want to get some magnets that are similar to the ones that I used, some check the description below, because that will give you a link to some, like, at least 50. You can buy at least 50 for like 86 cents or something like that, 89 cents. Really cheap. And that's like really good. And you're getting 50, and that's good enough, because you'll need 48 if you're doing it for like a regular 3x3. And now, what I'm going to do is do some solves on this to show you how this actually performs with the magnet on it, and then compare it at the same time with some solves without the magnet. And some of these solves that you're seeing without the magnet or ones that I pre-recorded for my previous video about is the guhong obsolete that I didn't even end up using in that video. So, yeah. So, you saw me do some solve with it, and comparing it to the ones that you saw from up over here is without the magnet. And that 24-second solve I got was actually a very lucky solve, because I don't know how I managed to do it that fast, but I managed to do it. And it's not the aid of the magnets, though. But what the freak, though? Yeah. But anyways, it's an interesting thing. And so, I'll show you what the magnets are and how they're put in. So, yeah. So, right here is, as you can see, there's a magnet there. And then I'll get a corner and show you the corner. Alright, as you can see, there's the magnet. Yep, magnet. Overall, this build is easy. Not too hard though. Because what I ended up doing was I took the cubes and I took the cube and then took an edge, like I took an edge, flipped it around ish, like so, put some glue where I wanted to put the magnet, and then just set a magnet inside the edge, like so, just randomly, and then take the rest of the other magnet, flip it around, so that I'm getting the right polarity, and then, what I did then was I moved it over towards the glue blob, and then let it sit there for a little, like about 10 seconds or so, and then took this magnet string off. And then when it came to the corners, what I did was a similar process, but what I did was I put the glue blob where it needed to go, and then put the magnet into place, like just set it down randomly in the corner, and then set the corner up on the edge, so that the magnet would snag up against the edge paired into the glue blob, so that it would actually work and fuse together and work properly. So, and what I did was I put all the corners have a south polarity and all the edges have a north polarity, so that when you're turning it, it's actually works together, so that corners will attract to the edges and stuff. So yeah, that actually worked out perfectly. It actually worked out perfectly, like I said, and it's not that super hard to do. So I highly recommend trying it. It's like a matter of trying it on the correct cube, and even on like the correct with the correct magnet, with the correct polarity, and then like the correct, and also like with the correct strength and stuff. If you have a magnet in there that's too strong, it just doesn't feel that well. If you have a magnet in there that's too weak, it just feels normal. But if you have the magnets in there that in between, super weak and super strong, it works perfectly. And I've heard that NA, like N38 or N35 work the best. And with these magnets that I've found from the fridge, I'm not sure what strength they are and how big these actually are. I can check right now with this ruler. Okay, so they're actually 3 by 1 millimeters. Yeah, they're 3 millimeters across, and then 1 millimeter tall. And yeah, that's like super small. No. Yeah. It's like, I think it would work perfectly in this split Eden type C 3 by 3. But here's the thing. Will these magnets actually fit in it? No. Not that easily. But I might try them again later on with the Yushin keychain 3x3. Yeah, the Yushin one. But anyways, hell yeah. If you want to buy some magnets that are like, that's similar to this, as in the same size, and similar to what I use, check out the link below.